Man, yeah, hold on, give me 2 5 seconds. I got you. Give me 2 5 seconds. What's good? What's good, YouTube? It's Disciple Daku Sensei. Peace, joy, and blessings to you, whoever's watching. And we're finna react to they have taken control of Doja Cat. Me and Alex finna not Alex, my bad. Nick. Me and Nick finna react to this Doja Cat stuff. Well, I'm reacting to what he's reacting to, but same thing, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to it.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about Doja Cat. Doja Cat, yo, she wore probably one of the freakiest outfits. Not freaky in that way, so y'all need to chill out. But she wore one of the freakiest outfits I've ever seen in my life. Freaky meaning scary, all right? So I know y'all are still, you know, in the process, right? Y'all still in the world. Some of y'all still in the world, right? But she wore one of the scariest outfits I've ever seen, bro. She put on 30,000 crystals on her body.
That's crazy, bro.
30,000 crystals on her body. And to make matters even worse, she painted her entire body red.
What?
Now, if Satan had a daughter, this is probably what she would look like.
Bro, for real.
It's probably what she would look like. If Satan had a daughter, this is probably what she would look like.
Hey, imagine like she started walking up to you and she said like, hello there. Like, I'll be like, I rebuke thee in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Prove me wrong. Like, change my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just crazy. And it's so sad because Doja Cat, it wasn't always like this. I feel like there was a time where Doja Cat was like pretty normal. Like, she's always been secular, right? It's not like I'm talking about like a Christian artist who is suddenly becoming more and more satanic. No, Doja Cat, she's always been a secular artist. She's always been a pop star and an R&B star. But over the past, you know, year or so, it's like she's made the ascension from being like just like a regular pop star to like a massive like A-lister. And now she's like sitting in that A-list category of celebrities. But it's interesting because as she was climbing up to get to that A-list, it's almost like she became more and more demonic, more and more satanic. And this was just a couple days ago where she wore this outfit. So she wore this outfit. This was for Fashion Week or something like that. I don't know, some Paris fashion show that, you know, rich people be going to. And I don't know. Fashion shows are so weird to me. They're so weird to me. Because you know what's crazy? We got these celebrities, right? And you see Kylie Jenner with a literal lion. I swear that lion just blinked. Did y'all see that? Did that lion just blink? But we got Kylie Jenner sitting in the crowd with a literal lion head on her shoulder. We got some other lady in the middle. I don't know who that is. Maybe y'all might know who that is. I'm not in celebrity culture like that. I don't know. And then you got Doja Cat looking like the daughter of Satan sitting right next to her. And what are y'all doing? Y'all just get together, dress up in these strange outfits and watch other human beings walk down a stage in other strange outfits. And this is what y'all call fun. But here's the thing. We're the weird ones because we like to go to church. We like to put our hands up. We like to worship the Most High. That's considered weird, but this is completely fine. This is completely normal. But anyway, I digress. Doja Cat, she used to look like this. She used to look like this. She used to look like this.
She look like this.
She's a good-looking person. Normal person. Or at least what a, you know, a typical like pop star or, you know, R&B star looks like, right? She went from looking like this to now looking like this. And one thing, I don't know if you can see this, like in between her front two teeth, like right in between her front two teeth, it looks like there's a cross. Like a cross, like pendant or something, like a small cross right in between her front two teeth.
That's crazy, bro.
So tell me how somebody goes from looking like this, normal pop star, celebrity type of look. Even in her eyes look different. Her eyes, I feel like sometimes I can look into somebody's eyes and I can get a sense for, you know, kind of from a spiritual standpoint where they are, if that makes sense. Not all the times, but some people I can look into their eyes and I can kind of pick that up. Her eyes,
like for me, I can just tell by your body language and your tone of voice. For me,
eyes look completely different from this photo to this photo. Among
and that too, though.
Other things, right? She shaved her head, she shaved her eyebrows. Like, it looks like Doja Cat got evicted, bruh. Them demons done kicked Doja Cat out. Doja Cat ain't in there no more. That's what it looks like. This is Doja Cat. This is Legion. I don't know who this is.
Wow.
I don't know who this is. And like I said, I think it's sad because, you know, a lot of people in her comments, they're concerned, as they should be. But there's other people in her comments who don't really think it's a big deal. There's other people in her comments who just think that, you know, what's the problem? This is what people been doing. This is celebrity culture. This is a crazy ad right here. Sorry, side note. I love you, you hate me. Barney, the Untold Story. That's a crazy ad right there. Let me get rid of that. That's wild.
Wow.
Anyway, this was Doja Cat's birthday party. This was back in October. She had an Eyes Wide Shut birthday party. Now, Eyes Wide Shut, I've never seen the movie. But Eyes Wide Shut, I guess it's based on some type of secret society where this couple goes to this party, but it's like a secret society, like sex party. And they're doing like rituals, and it's kind of like satanic, and it's kind of like Illuminati type vibes and stuff like that. So she had a whole entire birthday party all around that theme. And this is her birthday cake. You see her birthday cake. She got some sort of like Freemason type of sign on top of that. I don't know. Y'all Freemasons might know better than me, but that looked like some type of Freemason sign. This is clearly and obviously the triangle.
Illuminati.
You know, the triangle that all them celebrities be throwing up
like
with the eye in the middle. You can't hold me that that's not that. That's clearly what that is. And you know, she had all these celebrities come out. She had Future that came out dressed in a red cloak.
Wow.
This is her outfit that she came dressed in. Like, it's demonic. It's pagan. It's satanic. It's all of that. It's all of that. And all of this stuff builds up.
Look at the guy in a white
It all
mask.
builds up. It all adds up. And, you know, people, Doja Cat, she responded to the backlash that she was getting, because a lot of people were like, why would you have this type of party? Why would you even like joke about this? And Doja Cat's response was, well, it's Halloween and I'm a celebrity. And I thought it would be funny if I, you know, made you believe that I was, you know, joining, you know, this secret society and doing this and blah, 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 because it's Halloween. Like, lighten up a little. It's just a joke. Look, I feel like a lot of these people, man, who are actually involved in these like secret societies, they just do it right in our face. They literally do it right in our face, and they don't care, because how are we gonna prove it? How are we gonna factually prove it unless, you know, they come out and say so themselves, or they get exposed or something like that? So that gives them license and freedom to just do it right in our face. But you know what's even crazier? Do y'all remember when Doja Cat had a black eye like this right here. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all know, I guess this was just makeup. So this was makeup that she chose to do specifically for a Balenciaga show. Specifically for a Balenciaga show. It says Doja Cat explains her black eye and busted lip look at Paris Fashion Week. The star reveals in a video how she prepared her look for the Balenciaga show. So this look right here, this was an intentional look. This is makeup. Apparently she didn't get slapped around or punched or nothing like that. This was intentional. This is makeup that they put on her face specifically for the Balenciaga show, as stated by Billboard.com. And the reason why that's so significant, in my opinion, is because of this video right here. Now, this is a video of Orlando Brown. Hold on, let me grab some water real quick. Y'all know Orlando Brown, right? That's So Raven. That's So Raven used to be one of my favorite shows. Like, obviously, way back in the day. It used to be one of my favorite shows. And Orlando Brown was on the show That's So Raven. And I think he was on a bunch of other shows as well. He's a childhood actor. So he's been in the industry for a very long time. He's seen things and he's experienced things firsthand, it sounds like, that most of us have not seen or experienced firsthand, because most of us have not been inside of that world, that Hollywood world, right? The only problem I have with Orlando Brown is, you know, he's been kind of drugged out recently. He's been kind of drugged out. But I saw this video on TikTok and he was talking about panda eyes. Listen to what he says about panda eyes. Because the person who's interviewing him, they're asking him about the Balenciaga situation, the whole Balenciaga situation that happened specifically with the children. You know which one I'm talking about. They're asking him what his opinion is about that situation, but then listen to what his response is to that question. All right, take a listen. Oh, 1 second. Let me run it back. Audio's not on. All right, take a listen.
When you see black eyes like Blueface and, you know, shit like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else, okay? And so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes. And they do this so you see people with these cigars, and they're you know, all these big celebrities, they all have the cigar in common. That's that big ass thing between their legs that they're sticking in. And it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of they're shipping and trafficking and people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. And that's really what it is. You know, these are actually.
So essentially what he's saying, and I wish I could show you the whole interview, but I can't, unfortunately. But essentially what he's saying is that panda eyes, according to Orlando Brown, panda eyes is literally when you get black eyes as a result of being assaulted from a sexual standpoint. And specifically, panda eyes, they give this term to children because when children go through that sort of trauma of being assaulted in that way, they develop these black eyes from that literal from the physical trauma. Their eyes just become black and they look like pandas. I just find it interesting, and this is probably nothing, right? This is probably just me just overthinking and, you know, stuff like that. But I find it interesting that Doja Cat, she chose to have her makeup team give her a black eye for the Balenciaga shoot. It says the star reveals in a video how she prepared her look for the Balenciaga show, her black eye and her busted lip. So knowing what you know about what Orlando Brown just said about panda eyes, black eyes, and how it relates to assault, specifically when it comes to children, it's interesting that she chose, or her team, or her handlers, or whoever is advising and controlling Doja Cat, the demons. It's interesting that they chose to give her a black eye before, and this is kind of right before the whole situation came out with the with the Balenciaga scandal with the children. I don't know if y'all are catching what I'm trying to say here.
No, I got it. I got you.
She did the black eye thing for Balenciaga. Orlando Brown is saying, hey, this panda eye thing, it's related to assault when it comes to children.
Yep.
She does it before the whole Balenciaga scandal comes out for a Balenciaga shoot. And then months later, the Balenciaga scandal comes out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all are, picking up what I'm putting down, but I find it to be a little bit strange. I find it to be a little weird. I find it to be a little bit creepy. And like I said, it's sad to me that we can see these things as a society, and the world can see these things, but we still continue to support it. We still continue to listen to their music. We still continue to buy their products. We still continue to do all of that. But I know deep down, I know these people ain't really happy. I know these people are not really happy, because the Bible, in Ecclesiastes, it says everything under the sun, it's pure vanity. It's vain. It doesn't mean anything. Just because you have money and cars, nice outfits, just because you can afford to fly to Paris and do all this kind of stuff, it means nothing if you're doing it apart from God. If you are obtaining things apart from God, if you're living a life apart from God, it's impossible for you to find true happiness and true fulfillment.
Yep, true.
There's temporary happiness. This world will give you temporary happiness. This world will give you temporary fulfillment, but it can't give you an everlasting feeling of joy and satisfaction. Not like God can. Not even close. And I think one of the most
facts.
I think one of the greatest tricks that the devil will deceive people into thinking is that this world is possible of giving us all the joy and satisfaction that we could ever want or imagine. The devil is very good at making us think that the most amount of happiness that we'll ever experience is going to happen here on earth.
Right.
Because y'all remember when that whole the whole YOLO thing was going crazy. Everyone was going around saying, YOLO, you only live once, right? So, do whatever you want to do. Like, go crazy because we only live once. Y'all remember when people were saying that? The reason why they were saying that is because they felt like the maximum amount of happiness or joy that they were ever going to experience was going to happen here on earth. And that's because the devil has deceived us into thinking that. And I think for a lot of these celebrities, that's exactly what they think as well. That's exactly what they think as well. And when you think about it from like a celebrity standpoint, celebrities are doing things that very few amount of people on this earth will ever get to experience. Going on yachts, going on crazy expensive vacations, going to these, exclusive fashion shows, the Met Gala, all of these things. And that's just to name a few. The type of houses that these celebrities live in. Most people on this earth will not experience what it's like to live in a 10 million plus house as their everyday house. Most people will not know what it's like to drive a G-Wagon or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini as their normal car. Most people will not know what it's like to literally be able to sleep with whoever you want to sleep with just because you are who you are and you do what you do and you're famous. Most people are not going to be able to experience that ever in their life, but to celebrities, they experience it on a regular basis. So celebrities are experiencing things that the world has told us is the peak of what it means to experience life and to live and to be happy and to be joyful and to be successful. They're experiencing things at such a high level that they think that that's the best that it's ever going to get, because the devil has deceived them into thinking that. So when God approaches these celebrities, because I truly think that, I think in this, I could be wrong. I think everyone has an opportunity to come to God. I think God gives everybody an opportunity for them to come to him in some way, whether it might be through a person that God puts in their life, whether it might be through an experience, it might be through a family member, through a hardship, through a miracle, through him literally just appearing to them in a vision, something. I think that God gives everyone an opportunity to get to know him, but it's on us to accept that invitation. We have to be the ones to accept that invitation, because God is not a dictator. God's not just going to, mow down the door and force us to follow him, force us to serve him. God's not like that. He's never been like that. Across the entire Bible, he's never been like that. That's not love. That's just being a slave. That's not love, though. But it's interesting. With that thought in mind, John 5, it says, this is when Jesus heals a lame man. It says, verse 1, afterward, Jesus returned to Jerusalem for one of the Jewish holy days. Inside the city, near the sheep gate, was the pool of Bethesda, with 5 covered porches. Crowds of sick people, blind, lame, or paralyzed, lay on the porches. One of the men lying there had been sick for 38 years. When Jesus saw him and knew he had been ill for a long time, he asked him, "Would you like to get well?" Jesus is asking, would you like to get well? This man has been sick for 38 years. Jesus sees that. He knows that. He understands. Jesus could just heal him and just say, you know what, you're sick, I'm going to heal you. But Jesus, he said, hold on, I'm going to ask you, do you even want to be well? Like, would you like to get well? And I think that, freaking flies, man. I think that, like I said, we all have that opportunity. Jesus gives all of us that opportunity at some point of, hey, I know you've been out here living for the world. I know you've been out here, living for yourself and living for money, for fame, for fortune, for clout, for all these other people. But would you like to get well? And I think celebrities have the same opportunity, but I think a lot of them, because the devil has them so twisted into thinking that whatever they're experiencing in their life is so much better than what they'll ever experience ever, that a lot of them decline that invitation. Because in their minds, they're like, well, this is the best it's going to get. I'm experiencing the best that I'll ever experience. This is it. This is the top. But there is no top unless you have Jesus in your life. You are not truly experiencing the pinnacle of happiness, of success, of joy, of fulfillment, unless you have Jesus. Because it's not about this world. It's about what happens after you pass away. And I think a lot of these celebrities, they're so tricked and they're so deceived into thinking that they're living heaven on earth, that they're not actually allowing Jesus into their life so that they can actually be happy and actually be fulfilled and actually be successful. Because all of this other stuff that they're doing, wearing lion heads on their shoulders, covering their bodies in crystal, doing all this demonic and satanic stuff, all this other stuff, it's going to stay right here on earth. And when Jesus comes back, he going to blow all that up. And the ones that know him are going to have eternal life. And the ones that don't, won't. And that's as simple as it is. So, you know, I pray for Doja Cat. I pray that she comes back to who she actually, you know, is or was, or I don't know, man. I you know, at one point she did have some faith. If you look on the internet, it says that she used to be Jewish. She grew up Jewish, I think. So she had some element of faith in her life, you know, to some extent. But now it seems like that's all, you know, changed with the introduction of success and fame and fortune. So once again, I pray for Doja Cat. I pray that she comes, you know, to the truth. I pray that Jesus can reveal himself once again in Doja Cat's life. And I pray that Doja Cat accepts the invitation. And that's my same prayer for you as well. If you have not accepted Jesus already, I pray that you accept him into your life right now. I pray that you accept him into your life right now. So let me know what you think about this story. Comment down below. Subscribe if you have not already. Check the link.
And same goes to you. If you have not been saved yet, I pray that you let him walk into your heart, welcome you and him. I pray that he gets welcome into your heart. Peace, joy, and blessings. I'll catch you in the next video.